Hi everyone, my name is Claudia Bolaños, and today we are going to talk about the basics, benefits, and burdens to K-12 online learning. So, a little about myself first. I got my undergrad in psychology, which instead got me interested in education. During that time and ever since, I've been tutoring kids in both public schools and private institutions. And for the past 2 years, I've been making e-modules and websites per the instructional design program at George Mason University. Currently, I work in video production, mainly to film live events and public access television, sometimes some independent features too, all while currently getting my teaching license. Okay, back to the subject at hand. Online learning has been a fairly limited practice, mainly for adults who are past college age or who finished college and want to continue their education. Typically, they're balancing a part-time semester on their own schedule with work and or family priorities. Meanwhile, for children, online learning has been more just an optional supplement for the preferred face-to-face learning in a classroom setting. For this purpose, researchers like Aaron Gold and Kristen Thompson still recommend teachers use websites such as Scholastic, Cool Math Games, Science Fun for Everyone, and you get the idea. Also, online learning has been great for homeschooling children. Dr. Akinoglu says it's easier this way to store and send homework materials, and it allows more interpersonal interaction via virtual means to make up for the relative lack of in-person interaction which many critics of homeschooling criticize. Capterra will list the following most popular software programs for online teaching: Google Classroom, Schoology, Talent LMS, iTunes U, and, in my experience, Blackboard. So what's changed now? Well, thanks to COVID-19, Mark Lieberman mentions social distancing guidelines and the shutdown of school buildings, either full-time or part-time, as part of a blended learning schedule. To make up for this lost time, teachers now have to adapt their curriculums to be more accessible and provide just as much info as any in-person classroom session, while still preserving the interpersonal nature of learning. Child psychologists everywhere can cite the importance of human interaction in learning, not only for learning basic things like speech and social skills, but also for just keeping students motivated and focused on learning new content. Willard Dix says it's especially helpful for building positive teacher-student relationships, another predictor of students' learning progress. Online teachers today will set more synchronous schedules for their students. They'll make more online resources available, and they'll incorporate more video conferencing in their online classes. This can be accomplished with both pre-existing software like Skype or FaceTime, and with new conferencing features built into pre-existing school websites like Blackboard Collaborate as part of Blackboard, which I use quite often. According to Jeremy Borup and Mark Stevens, the usual tasks for an online teacher today will be developing an online curriculum with a team of school and tech experts, organizing a virtual classroom space, customizing your new standard lessons to each student's individual learning needs, monitoring and engaging meaningful online discussions, and evaluating online materials. To fulfill those tasks, online teachers should at minimum have 2 or more years of K-12 classroom experience, collaborate with other teachers and tech experts. They should foster positive teacher-student relationships, be proficient at using different virtual platforms, update online lesson content on a regular basis, provide specific written feedback on students' progress, and communicate openly and frequently with parents. There's plenty of benefits to online teaching. Borp and Stevens, again, will list flexibility in scheduling and in resources. They also mention cost effectiveness and adaptability to individual students' learning needs. Another benefit is the easy spread of information. It's certainly faster than, say, delivering books and paper hard copies and having to wait for that. Hard copy deliveries eat up not only time and printing costs, but also travel delivery costs. And this all comes back to the points made earlier about cost effectiveness. But there's plenty of challenges too. Doug Valentine lists the following problems with online learning, such as inconsistent quality of instruction, insufficient training for employees, hidden costs which administrators don't budget for properly, difficulty engaging or regulating an online discussion, and I'm sure this list will keep growing more as online learning keeps changing. Another huge challenge is insecure internet safety. Just last month, NBC Washington reported on hackers breaking into the Fairfax County Public Schools network to hold teachers' personal information for ransom. And in my own experience, I feel opposing attitudes within the school staff body is the root cause of all these problems. When teachers and administrators can't agree on a proper curriculum, you get shoddy lesson plans that contradict themselves. And when tech experts can't help a teacher resolve technical issues, you get all sorts of problems like slow buffering, viruses, security breaches that confound an otherwise perfect lesson plan conceived on paper. Teachers, I recommend you learn how to use the latest online teaching tools. Be familiar or be proficient with at least one or two programs. Start practicing or reading up on others. And more importantly, leave plenty of room for error when planning your online lesson plans. Parents, make yourselves available to help your kids with any technical glitches or homework problems, but also give them a chance to try and solve these problems on their own first, or let the teacher step in to help them first. What can we do together? Let's talk together about what we already know, learn together about new practices and new principles, and work together to fit our individual strengths and spheres of knowledge into one new whole. Thanks so much for sticking around and hearing me talk. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.